Hello, are you ready to do some spelling, some encoding? I'm glad you're back. We're ready to do some work. We're becoming good readers and good writers. Before we start, let's practice writing down some sounds. If you need to pause this for just a minute to go make sure you've got a piece of paper and a pencil to write with, go do that now. Now that we're ready to start, I'm going to make a sound and you are going to write the letter that makes that sound. Okay? Are you ready? Here we go. The first sound is g, g, like in gate. G, g, like in gate. What letter makes the g sound like in gate? It's a voiced sound and it's made at the back of my throat. I call it a back kicker. G, g. It's kind of hard to make. If you made the letter G, you were right. You start it by making a circle, kind of almost like you're going to make a C, and then coming down below the line and curving up. Letter G. Letter G says G. Okay. What letter says N? N, like in nest. N, N. If you wrote the letter N, you were right. It goes down, up, and over. Remember, it's a nasal. Your tongue's behind your teeth. It's voiced. And it's the letter N that says N. What letter says T, 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 like in turtle? T, T. Like in turtle. Yes, letter T. Letter T goes down and across. T, T. That's right. Good job. Okay, here's another back kicker. This letter says K. It's unvoiced. Put your hand on your throat. K, K. I can't feel it. My voice box is turned off. It says K, K, like in cake and cat. Cat. What letter makes that sound? An unvoiced back kicker. K, K. Yes, that's right. Letter C. It goes over, around, and open. C, K. Okay. Think about this one. What letter says S, like sun? What letter says S, like sun? It's a continuant, and you can make that sound as long as you have air in your lungs. Which letter makes that sound? S. Good job. That's letter S. It goes over, around, and under, and it sits on the line. Good job. Okay, now we're ready to start. So we've been learning strategies to help ourselves when we're trying to write and we're not sure how to spell a word. The first thing we do is we pound the syllables and we figure out how many syllables that the word has. And after that, we tap the sounds to see how many sounds are in the word. And then we match a letter for every sound. Super easy. We can do that. So before we start, let's get started. The first word we're going to do is the word man. Say that word with me. Man. Think about what your mouth is doing when you're making that word. Man. Okay, now then, let's pound the syllables. Watch me. Man. Do it with me. Man. You do it. How many times did you pound? Yes, just one time. We just pounded that one time. Now then that we know we pounded one time, there was one syllable. Now we're going to tap the sounds in the word man. You ready? Here we go. An. An. Do it with me. An. 3 sounds, right? Do it by yourself. Good job. What Listen for the first sound in the word man. Mm. What's the first sound? Mm. Is the first sound in man, and I know the letter that makes the sound. My lips are together. It's that nasal sound, comes out my nose, and I know that is that letter M. So I'm going to pull it down. You pull yours down if you have your letters out. Now let's practice writing that letter M for man. Down, up and over, M, Good job. Okay, let's tap it out to figure out what comes next. What's the second letter in man? Ready? Man. What was that second letter? Ah. That's right. And I know that's the sound at the beginning of the word apple. Ah. That's letter A. Good job. You're so smart. Letter A says ah. Let's practice writing our A. Over, around, and down. Make yours. Okay, let's tap it out. Now I can think about that last letter, the third one. Is the third sound or the last sound. It's a nasal. Comes out my nose. My tongue is behind my teeth. And that is the sound at the beginning of the word nest, our keyword nest. And that is the letter N. So I'm going to pull that one down and write it, and you write your N. Good job. Now, after we spell a word, after we write it down, we need to check it. So we touch and say it slow, say it fast like a word, just to be sure that we did it right. Man. And we did. We did a really good job. Okay, push your letters back up. I'm going to erase mine. And we're going to try another word. The next word we're going to try to write is the word sag. Say that with me. Sag. Think about what your mouth is doing when you say the word sag. Sag. Good. Let's pound. Let's pound the syllables in the word sag. Watch me. Sag. Do it with me. Sag. Do it by yourself. Good. So how many syllables does the word sag have in it? That's right. It just has one. We just pounded one time. Okay, now that we've figured out how many syllables the word sag has in it, we can tap the sounds in the word sag, and then we can match the letters. So watch me tap the word sag. S-A-G. You do it with me. S-A-G. You do it by yourself. Good job. Now we need to figure out which letters match each sound. So the first sound in the word sag is S. That's the same sound in the word sun. Sun. And that's the letter S. So I'll pull my letter S down, and you can too, but we need to practice making that letter S. So we make that by going over, around, and under. Practice your letter S. Good. Now we need to figure out what the second letter is in sag. S-A-G. What was that second letter or that second sound? Ah. Like apple. Yes, that's right. Ah is spelled with letter A. So I'll pull mine down. You can too if you have yours. And let's write letter A, the second sound and the second letter. Good job. Now then we have to figure out what the last letter or the third letter is. So we need to tap it out. Watch me. S-A-G. Do it with me. S-A-G. G. The last sound is G. G. Like gate on our keywords. G. G. It's that back kicker and it's voiced. G, g. What letter makes the g, g sound? Yes, it's letter G. Letter G makes the g, g sound. Now watch me as I make a letter G. I'm going to go over, around, and down and under. Letter G, g. You make yours. Good job. Now remember, after we spell a word, we need to touch and say it slow, say it fast like a word to check it. So watch me do mine. Ag. You touch and say yours. Let's say it slowly. Sag. And fast like a word. How did we do? We did pretty good. Okay, push your letters back up. And let's try another one. Let's try to make the word rip. Say rip. Rip. Think about what your mouth is doing when you make the word rip. Rip. Good. Let's pound the word rip. You do it first. How many times did you pound? Let me try. Rip. I pounded one time. We're the same. One time means one syllable. We have one syllable in the word rip. Now then, I want you to tap the word rip. You do it first. You're doing a great job. I'm going to give it a try now. R-I-P. Was I right? I think I was. I got 3 sounds. R-I-P. Now what do I need to do? Yes, I have to figure out the letters. So the first sound in rip is, yes, it's r. My teeth are kind of together. My mouth is like that. And I know that's like rabbit. That's letter R. So I'm going to pull down my letter R. And we need to make it. So make your letter R and I'll make mine. Itchy, I. What letter says itchy, I? That's right, letter I. Letter I says I. So we need to write that one. Now then, what do? Oh yeah, we got to finish the word. R, I, P. That's that lip puffer. P, 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 like pig, and it's not voiced. So that's letter P. Good. Good thinking. Now, what's my job now? Touch and say it slow, say it fast like a word. Okay. Rip, rip, rip. How did we do? Good job. Okay, boys and girls, what I needed you to learn today is that when you're writing, you got to slow down. You've got to figure out how many syllables there are in a word by pounding. You've got to tap out the sounds. Then you have to match a letter for every sound. But then you're not finished because you got to check on yourself and make sure that you didn't make a mistake. Because you know what? Sometimes Miss Kim makes mistakes when I'm spelling words and I have to go back and check on myself. So even grown-ups do. So after we spell a word, we have to go back and check it by touching and saying it slowly, and saying it fast like a word. And those are things you can do to help yourself when you're spelling. I hope you have a great day. Try to get some rest. Make sure you're eating good, healthy foods. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. And remember, while you're washing your hands, sing the alphabet. That'll make sure you're washing your hands for 20 seconds to get them good and clean. Take care of yourself. Be healthy. See you tomorrow.